got a letter from my father about my mother, Rennie. She's gone missing. She has a habit of running off on an adventure at the drop of a hat and being gone for weeks at a time, but Dad says she's been out of touch for a while now. He's worried. It runs in the family. Well, Mom's side. Dad's a halalu trader she partnered with for years before settling down. Mostly settling down. She'd acquire all sorts of rare items for their clients, but my father said they haven't had any commissions. Mom neglected to mention it, I'm sure, but my father mentioned getting an angry letter from one of their old clients at the Stormhold Mages Guild, claiming she reneged on their arrangement after taking payment. Would you mind if we pay them a visit? Dad's letter said that the one raising a stink was an old client of theirs named Mertolivian, a member of the Stormhold Mages Guild. Let's get to Shadowfen and see just what sort of trouble Mom got herself into this time. It's that obvious, eh? When Mom's in one of her flighty moods, it usually sorts itself out, but sometimes she gets so wrapped up in something it becomes an obsession. Someone has to talk some sense into her, and that someone is usually me. I got my mom's knack for adventure and my dad's level-headedness, so I'm the only one who's both crazy enough to go after her and sane enough to talk some sense into her. I also happen to be their eldest child, so it's my filial duty to the house. Not so much. Our family is of little consequence, so we're free to be a bunch of impetuous miscreants chasing our own whims. If I'd been born to one of the great houses, I'd either be a pawn in their schemes, or a disappointment, like Father. He's a seventh son of a seventh son in House Halalu, so he wasn't going to amount to anything without climbing over his siblings. Dad's too sweet for that. So we wound up marrying into our little house for something as unprofitable as love. We lived there for a good few years when I was young. It was awkward at times. Argonians don't trust dark elves, for good reason. I like to think my parents showed them different, but not everyone warmed up to us.
They say the Hist weeps with happiness when an Argonian hatches.
You'd think the gods would have found something by now.
High Elf matches Myrta Livian's description.
Over here,
Ask him if
Initiate.
he's seen Rennie Alendis. I should...
Do I know you? I don't believe I do. Huh. I don't see how that's any of your affair. But if you must know, I did cross paths with that unscrupulous dark elf, and I'm worse for it. What's your interest in Irene? I suppose she cheated you as well. She came to me seeking information, and given our long-standing association, I entrusted her with it on the assurance that she would do me a simple favor in return. Instead, she ran off and played me for a fool. No one makes a fool of me. And I really need the antique inkpot she promised to procure. I'll tell you what I told Irene, but only after my inkpot is returned to me and not a moment sooner. I'll not have my good faith taken advantage of again. My inkwell is currently in the possession of a banker here, the result of an ill-advised card game. They seem to enjoy lording their victory over me, so they refuse to part with it at any price. I want it returned. I don't care how. It's one of a kind. The first work of the current Sapiarch of Shape and Form when they were still a student. Irreplaceable. I never thought an Argonian would beat me at the cards, but the banker has more of a head for numbers than I expected. I didn't. I just got so thoroughly thrashed at the table that I needed to offer collateral. Underroot must have known what a singular treasure it is. Now that she has it in her greedy claws, she'll never let it go. Willingly, anyway.
I caught the gist of that. That Sweat actually wanted my mom to rob a bank. I'm glad she had enough sense not to go through with it. Unless the reason we haven't heard from her is because she's in jail. No, she wouldn't. I mean, adventuring can be dirty business. My family is nothing but a bunch of no-good tomb robbers, depending on who you ask. But there's a big difference between digging through old ruins for treasure and outright stealing. No. If that were the case, she'd have written my father to pay her bounty. And while he should let her sit and learn her lesson, he's too much of a softie. She probably ran off like Mert said. So now it's us who have to get our hands dirty. Let's hope so. But if we do wind up breaking the law, I could have a worse partner in crime. You're a good friend. I can't believe I have to steal from a bank for my own fetching mother. This is why no one takes our house seriously. Act casual, just two people admiring the decorations. Oh, this is such a nice bank, isn't it? Oh, such refined taste.
Barge in, why don't you? It's not like I'm trying to work.
Got it? Let's not overstay. Come.
Ah, for a cool, sweet drink.
Dare I ask, is the deed done? Is my little treasure to be returned to me at last? Do you have any idea how rare it is for a creation this ugly to survive on Somerset? Let alone one made by the premier authority on sculpture? I even had the original assignment's written grade. Barely satisfactory. It's priceless. At least Irene had an appreciation for rarities. I sent her to meet another antiquity hunter I deal with who made a discovery in Stone Falls that Irene would be interested in. Too interested. Edvilda Stonestalker. She was probing my interest in Dwemer relics. I've no interest in it, but I knew Irene has an unhealthy interest in them. She was camped near Steamfont, last I heard. That's all I can tell you, so our business is concluded.
Any word on your friend?
Nothing. They've kept the morgue locked tight.
The swamps have never been so dark, I say. I need to buy food.
Excuse me, I'm busy.
Was tired of walking anyway. Killed her. Let's search the camp. Mom's scarf. Liam gave that to her last new life when she was headed to Skyrim for the Snow Bear plunge. She wouldn't have let... Did Edvilda write down anything important? Mom was definitely here. She had to have gone in a hurry if she left this scarf behind. Did Edvilda write down anything that would clue us in on where my mother's gone? Oh, not that fetching thing again! Mom... She's been chasing after my grandfather's Dwemer puzzle box for decades. Ever since the old Mir joined our ancestors at the tomb. It's her obsession. Don't tell me they got into a fight over it. Great. Just great. So the shifty Nord met my mother out here and ran afoul of bandits? That explains what happened to Edvilda, but Mom's not here, thank feck. But if she'd escaped, we'd have heard from her, right? They must have taken her captive. I've never been to the Inner Sea Armature. It must not be too far from Edvilda's camp. 3. I hope Mum's all right. Nice hole. Pipes! By that cave! This looks promising.
criminals don't ask questions.
Move, now!
Easy! Let your magicka recover!
I'll keep on killing till the score is paid.
I try not to be superstitious. That brings bad luck. Tell that what
You do not want to get on my bad side. Trust me.
like a bird after I put one through his knee.
Mirri? Mirri, am I friend of my daughter's? Or maybe, well, you look nice. We'll get properly introduced after I'm out of these shackles. Don't mind Mirri. She takes too much after her father. I've been dying to finally meet the person my daughter's been adventuring with. Though I hadn't planned on being chained up like a common criminal upon our first meeting. I was negotiating a lead from a contact I met out by Steamfont, and talks got a little heated. She was trying to take me for a ride, I could tell, and we must have caught the attention of these feckless swits. They tried to rob us. She tried to make a run for it, and they cut her down without a second thought. Figured I'd take my chances with another approach. Offered to be their cook if they spared my life. Fortunately, they aren't picky. I was beginning to run out of recipes. No, I suppose not. Won't be long before one of these fools gets bored or hungry and comes to swipe something from the pantry. You've done a fine job looking after Mirri, so I'll follow your lead. But don't think we're done.
Can we please just get out of here now?
Better bring a lot of gold.
You do not want to get on my bad.
Flank now!
With you, swit! Was that the last of them? Oh, thank feck. you're watching. In a big family, you have to know how to scrap.
Torch it!
Get back, you fetcher! Don't think you're free and clear just because we escaped the bandits. What were you thinking?
Oh, come now, Mirri. I've been
never have
doing
enough
this
of
since
that.
before you were in diapers.
And you're not getting any younger. We almost lost Liam, and you nearly lost this. Would you trade it for that stupid puzzle box?
Liam's scarf? Mirri, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I worried you all. It's just... I'll let it go.
We love you, Mom. We're your family. Go home.
Well, now I feel the fool. I made you all worry, dragged you into this mess. Sorry to be such a pain in the arse, as my daughter would put it. Maybe it's time I hung up my adventurer's ruck and settled in with my worrywart of a husband. I just hate leaving things unfinished. It was my father's prized possession. He spent decades trying to unravel its mysteries, until it was stolen from him. Then he spent the rest of his life trying to get it back, and most of mine after he died. I thought it might finally make him happy.
I know it probably seems like I'm being harsh, but Mum's been at this more times than I can count. She promises to give up on it, but then she catches some whiff of a lead about that damn box and she's off like a race squaw. This time, death was the only thing that stopped my grandfather from chasing after that stupid trinket. I don't want it to be the same for her. You can only keep rolling the dice in this life for so long. I hope so. Probably not. But I've weighed her down with enough guilt to hold her for a little while at least. Either way, sorry for dragging you into my family drama. Are you kidding? If I don't get you out of here, she'll make you meet the entire extended family. Davon's watch is just down the road. She can make her way home from there. Thank you for putting up with all this. I'll make it up to you. Change of plans? Nothing wrong with a little upward. Something you need to discuss? Hope we find something interesting.
Working with wood is...
No chance to have a look.
Fine goods at fair prices. My prices can't be beat. Fine goods at fair prices.
Oh, don't.
Cohort, I have exceptional news. My preparations are completed, and the time is now. Time to return to our fate-weaving adventure. This is what I like about you, Cohort. You're results-driven, focused. Oh, I'm ready to take the next step, build on the work that we did to smooth my fraying fate line. And one day, fix the Fate Weaver key! Ha! More than that, I have a revelation! Let's away to my Sanctum Sanctorum. It lies at the heart of Skywatch in Auridon. There we can strive for a new destination, improve the key, and put my research into action. My sanctum is in a ruin at the center of Skywatch. Can't miss it. Don't mind the sentinels posted by the entrance. A compromise between myself and Tellinger of the Mages Guild. Ah, of course. Apologies, Cohort. We rarely have a chance to catch up. Your adventures are as stimulating as they are manifold. You certainly stay busy. Privacy. Supplies and, materials. You'll see when we get there. I'm quite proud of the place. That is a long and mildly scandalous story. The short version is that Tellinger the Artificer, glory hound of the Mages Guild, lost a wager. Badly. I'm afraid he doesn't like me very much anymore. It is simultaneously vexing and alluring in equal measure. I'm still unsure what I did, quote-unquote, wrong in making the key. But with Martina's notes and some hands-on experimentation during our first adventure, I have had much to go on. Ah, here we are. Home sweet sanctum. Let's talk, cohort. Post haste. Welcome to my sanctum sanctorum. I've been meaning to invite you over before now, but something always seemed to come up. Mind the books now. Some of them bite. Well, I started with a simple question. How can we sew up the threads my experiment has frayed? That led me to a metaphor. What if we could create a sort of mystic spool we could attach to the key? Something to help in reweaving my fate line? Spool is a terrible word. Let's not call it that. Perhaps a bobbin? Azander's arcane bobbin? Ugh. We'll keep working on it. Peerless observation, though. Yes, we create a simple arcano-mystical focus we can use to anchor the threads of fate. Within loyal gubbins, my most recent atronach lies the nascent form of the bobbin. Just need to get it out of there. I've prepped an arcane stencil for you. Retrieve it from the rubbish bin and imbue it with magicka from the font, please. I appreciate you taking on the legwork, cohort. Fashioning the stencil took some considerable effort. Think of this as an opportunity to walk in the well-heeled slippers of Azander Alcibiades. Well, what name would you have given it? I briefly considered calling it Piffle, but Martina used to call magical instruments gubbins, and I was feeling sentimental. Oh, it acts as reliable help down here. The way things are with the Mages Guild, I try to keep entry and exit to a minimum. Besides, I don't want someone messing up my papers, or having them quit on short notice just because something exploded. Yes, well, I thought I could steward a new Arcanist, and it did not go well. They failed to have either the zeal or intellectual curiosity you do, cohort. Spiffing! Just needs a little magicka to get going. Hold the stencil over the font just there, eh? point it at Gubbins, and gesticulate vigorously. And down goes Gubbins. Rummage around in the goop, would you? Ha! One arcane bobbin. Damn. Well, we've pierced the esoteric veil of reality and forged a tool of our own self-liberation. Who's an amateurish rune scratcher now, Tellinger? Ha! Exceptional! Now, to simply attach it to the Fate Weaver key. And there we are. Dear Martina's methods distilled down and improved by yours truly. Let's find a new round of Frayed Fates and put theory into practice. Just so. With the improved key as a focus, this scrying ritual should be even more effective. It was a stroke of luck I recognized Fathom's drift last time around. Let's away to my inner sanctum and scry. Onward and upward. Good. Now let's find where we're headed. With the bobbin, this should be as easy as a Mage's Guild theorem. Just as before, cohort. Activate the beacons. Somewhere in the Alakir Desert, it seems. Oh, I see. Cozen set. Scrying has provided us direction, focus. Even if I am unexcited about the prospect of returning to the Alakir Desert. I suppose I should have seen this coming at some point. The scrying ritual highlighted the village of Kozenset in the hinterlands of the Alakir Desert. This is somewhat embarrassing. That tiny hamlet is my hometown, where the impressive arcanist before you got his humble start. Well, I introduce myself as Azander Alcibiades, which to another son or daughter of Ruptga means I hail from an island off the coast. It's all a bit of a braggadocio, though. Part of the mystique. Worried? Ha! Hardly. The only things to worry about in Kozenset are getting stung by a scorpion or your lips drying out. Let's make haste, cohort. These fates won't unfray themselves, you know. I'd honestly hoped never to have to return to Kozenset, cohort. Hoped with the incandescent fire of Magnus himself. Ha! A fair question. When I first left home, I was desperate to shake the metaphorical sand from my boots. When someone asked my name in a Sentinel marketplace, I couldn't bear to tell the truth. It's who I am. The book-loving introvert from Kozenset, the young man drawing runes in the sand and dreaming of a wider world. Well, I won't be so dramatic to say he's dead, but he and I have very little in common. Ah, Kozenset. My family is most likely not in town, but let's not go out of our way to find them. Agreed? Another chance at perfection. Smell that? This place reeks of camel spit and unrealized potential. Yes and no. My brother and his family still live nearby, but I haven't spoken to them since I left. I was determined to have conversations about anything other than what to feed the camels. It's always some kind of grass, by the by. Let's focus, cohort. Perhaps later we'll have a dram of Gormapple schnapps together and toast the old homestead. For now, we need to find those frayed fates and sew them back into the fabric of reality. Ah, there. A thread.
All hope seems lost.
Please, I need to buy food.
Someday you'll make something surprising with that.
I say, you there. Spare a coin for a down-on-his-luck researcher?
There, but for the power of Apocrypha go I. With many of my projects, success and disaster were decided by a handful of coins. Sobering. Another one! I suppose it makes sense there are a few around the place where I was born.
My heart is heavy.
You there! Are you on a walkabout as well? Tall Papa protect and keep you on your long journey. Let's talk a moment, can't you see? Much to discuss from the fates we've seen. Commendable work. But something's not quite right. Let me see the Fate Weaver key a moment. Yes, yes! I'm even more brilliant than I imagined. The bobbin is rattling against the key, straining at its runic bonds. It now acts as a passive frayed fate detector. Incredible! Phenomenal! Superb supposition. The key is indicating, north and east out of town. Perhaps the old ruins. Here, take the key. Let's move. Another thread! I knew it! My Fate Weaver key is amazing! Yes, this feels right. I went off exploring on my own every chance I could. You understand. The entrance to the old ruins are just up this way. I remember it like it was yesterday.
Follow me, everyone.
You are mine! What in oblivion? It's the fate we saw back at Fathom's Drift.
I am not ready to face you. Not yet.
After him, cohort! Into the Lost City! These ruins are not extensive. Stay alert for more threads of fate. A prosperous discovery. sought to learn. But now, you shall be replaced. What are you? Damn it! Quickly! Use the Fate Weaver! I grow ever stronger. Your fates feed me. Soon, I shall surpass even you. That thing wishes to replace me, then? Most disconcerting. We should discuss this outside. Just when I thought we had this experiment under control, an evil reflection threatens to consume my fate and replace me. It's me! Or, well, a frayed version of myself. A version so malevolent and willful that it's thrown everything I thought I knew about this magic into the abyssal seas. An astute observation. The Fate Weaver key was created simply to observe the might-have-beens. This absolutely, categorically should not be happening. If not for you, it might have already killed me. A distressing notion, I must admit. Research. Surely something back at the sanctum, or perhaps a tome we find. A superlative idea. And look at what we've already accomplished. The Fate Weaver key improved, frayed fate sewn back into my line, and the adversary confronted once again. Here, cohort, your due. With my humble thanks. Spend it judiciously. Ah, yes, I'm here. Collaborator? Confront.
I am a free...
Fine goods at fair prices. Honest trade honors the free.
I'll be just a step behind you.
The Red Mountain.
Trading.
Fine sell, here and now. Fine goods at fair prices. Honest merchant, trust this one. Quality wear.
Come, do your trading here.
I smell magic. This is a great area for harvesting.
one goes to the... I think that should be all of them. Yes, 1, 2, 3. 3 books. I think. I don't remember. Did I have more? It is probably fine. Missive? I don't know anything about a missive, but I could use your help. I seem to have in my possession 3 of my master's tomes with no memory of having taken them. I can't understate the trouble I could be in if he finds they're missing. If Hermaeus Mora thinks for even a moment that one of his ciphers is trying to steal knowledge from him, he'd unwrite my very existence without a second thought. Please, the cloisters run amok with danger. Will you help me return these books? Very good, yes. There are only 3 books. An easy enough task for someone of your stature. Please, follow me. The entrance is just up ahead. I'll meet you inside. Yes, hello again. See you in there. We should first visit the Calamitous Gallery. Come this way.
He didn't even make it past the main hall this time. Pitiful. And it seems he has dragged a newcomer along as well. Poor soul. And now this mortal is staring at me like they can actually see me. Like they recognize I'm here. Wait. Can you actually see me? You know I'm here? Astounding. Mortal, I'll speak plainly. I am the Morbid Observer, an overseer that presides over the cloisters. I'm afraid you've stumbled upon a trap in motion. Both myself and all those within the cloisters are stuck in a never-ending cycle. Yes, though soon he'll return. Just know that when he does, he will not be able to see me. I've been kept separate from the others, unseen and unheard. I believe someone tried to steal from the cloisters, and this triggered a magical countermeasure. I assure you that a trap set by Mora himself won't be easy to undo. My best guess is to find the root of its cause, the crime that Minai Shai participated in, though he doesn't seem to remember. But enough talk. The Argonian returns.
Hello, traveler. I hope the main hall isn't too imposing. I believe the Calamitous Gallery is our first stop. A ghastly collection of troubling predictions, so please do try to avoid peeking. Best not to worry yourself. Died? I don't know that I did. After all, here I stand in one piece. Though I suppose death can encompass a great many things. A change in self, a departure from the old. Perhaps we can compare notes after we are finished. Meet me in the Calamitous Gallery. It's this way! Tread carefully. The Calamitous Gallery has grown unruly as of late. It's become nearly as dangerous as its prophecies.
That's it. Are you hurt?
Everything seems to be so angry at me. Did I do something wrong? We made it! We just have to place the book back in its proper spot and... Wait, what's that? I've never seen that in here before.
Struck down once again, though he did mention that something seemed different. Come, let us speak. Thanks to you, Mirri Shai actually made it through the Calamitous Gallery. It's almost cause for celebration, though admittedly the bar is low. Since I am unable to lift the books, I ask that you complete the task before we investigate. I'm sure it would have already, but yet you still stand. The sigil of the Great Eye! So this is a trap of Mora's making. Fabric. Torn from a robe, perhaps. Though not... I do not recognize that pendant sigil. Moreover, ciphers are not permitted personal trinkets.
The new cipher revealed he was sent here on a secret mission by our fathomless prince, and that he needs my help.
Strange.
I can't believe it.
Are those
I'd do anything for my
steps
master.
leading to the bookshelf? Wait. No. They seem to
Do you
pass right
feel
through
the
it.
pull? The spiraling loop of the cycle? Delve deeper if you wish to resolve its unending trial.
A mysterious cipher. How intriguing. Portents and clues. A trap befitting the cloisters. There is no questioning it. Mora has trapped us in this cycle, and these visions are beginning to reveal why. Mirri Shai was aiding a new cipher. One that said he worked for Mora himself. A strange cipher bearing an unrecognizable pendant and fabric that does not match the robes of the cloisters.
There you are. I was worried you changed your mind. You have a friendly look about you, traveler. Even at a glance, I feel that I can trust you. You must get that a lot. A new cipher? It isn't often someone joins our ranks, but I must say, those that do are often strange in their own ways. Perhaps when we're done here, I can help you find who you're looking for. Strange. Seems I have fewer books to return than I remember. Don't you love when that happens? Onwards to Logia Infinitum.
There it goes. Again. Keep an eye open for any new details that may reveal the identity.
I find comfort in Logia Infinitum's vastness. Our prince's knowledge is as infinite as he is caring. To walk these halls is to be held by him.
Victory is cruel. Defeat is worse.
Do be careful. Every tome here is priceless, I assure you. Ah, yes, right here. Just need to return the book back to the correct place. Wait a moment. Traveler, something is wrong here.
I believe you are starting to understand what I have endured for countless cycles. The sigil has revealed more projections, including one of myself. Interesting.
These are simple enough seals. Strange that the cipher couldn't undo these himself. No matter. I'm
An
happy to
idol
help my
of some
prince.
sort? Though I'm not sure why someone would worship. So Minai Shai is the one undoing the seals on
The cycle turns ever forward until all that was stolen is returned.
It seems I had a chance to stop him, but acted too slowly.
Let's not dawdle, traveler. It seems I actually only have one book to return. Here I was, bemoaning the task of returning these books, and it was only the one. I must look like a lazy fool. Still, I appreciate your company. And how grand it must be for you to see the sidereal cloisters in all its glory. Nonsense! I appreciate your aid, traveler, but it is my duty to see this book returned. To think I played any role in removing them is pain enough. I won't shirk my duties onto a stranger. No offense. You are in for a treat. Onwards to the Empyrean ascent! Prepare yourself for the majesty of the Empyrean ascent, the summit of the Cloister's collections.
What for choosing to remain still?
That's the last of them.
They're all very hostile, aren't they? I'm prone to a short temper myself when a book isn't returned properly. Thank you, Traveler. Now all that is left is to return the book. Wait, this looks odd. I've not seen this in here before.
You should have the honor. Not that I could return the final book myself. More projections? I was certain returning this book would end the cycle. The divinatory forums. What is he doing here? And who is that cipher?
I have collected all the books our master requested. I do hope this pleases him.
These tomes need to be brought up to the divinatory forum.
A cipher,
Your master commands
deceived
it.
into welcoming in vermin, and all under the nose of a blind observer.
The Great Eye speaks harsh truths. But this mysterious cipher mentioned the divinatory forums, a hidden wing of the cloisters only known to overseers like myself, and a privileged few ciphers. It seems our best course of action is to follow in their footsteps. In order to access the divinatory forums, a cipher must tap into the sigil magic that pulses through the cloisters. You'll have to trace the sigil of the Great Eye and pray that my presence, however tenuous, still allows us access to its halls. It worked. Let us continue into the divinatory forums. Of course. A fourth book and one more potent than the rest. We must return it, Traveler, and stop this intruder at all costs. The Atlas Obscurum? Of course this triggered Mora's trap. My prince would never risk this tome leaving the cloisters. Quickly, we must return it. There, by the Divining Overlook. That is where we must return the Atlas. I'll meet you in there after I ascertain the extent of the cult's damage. There, that pedestal. Return the Atlas to its protective ward. This is it, Traveler. The moment the cycle was triggered, trapping us here. Minai Shai, wait! We can't allow him access to the Atlas.
You're no cipher.
The divinatory
I won't
forums are
allow
at
you
the
to steal these books. I won't.
All that is left is to steal the Atlas.
None escape my eye, nor my judgment. Deceiver and deceived alike. With knowledge secured and lesson learned, the cycle is broken. The faithful are made whole.
books. They're trying to steal... Wait. Is it over? Were the books returned?
Yes, Minaishai. They've been returned. Come, let us speak in the main hall where it is safer.
Wait, I died? And you were conscious the whole time? You
I'm
did it!
unsure how long the cycle
You
lasted.
ended the cycle!
Could have been an eternity.
I'm slowly starting to remember everything. And yes, that includes all my deaths. But best not to dwell on that now. Thank you for everything you have done for me. For us. Yes, thank you for freeing us from this trap. To think my prince would go to such lengths to protect the knowledge kept here. A harsh punishment, but I must not question my master. It isn't much, but I want you to have this. Thank you, friend. My time here in the cloisters has been... enlightening. I think, after all this, it'd be nice to stretch my legs and explore the plane. I'll do my best to avoid mad cultists and traps, I promise. Oh, certainly. It has been a privilege to work within these halls. And besides, it's been a while since I've been able to properly conduct my role as a cipher. Imagine all the predictions that have piled up while we were trapped.
Strange. I had forgotten the smell of dusty divinations. In fact, I can't remember the last book I read. It's been ages since I could pick one up.
If you would like, I could offer a few suggestions. Some of my favorites, perhaps.
That would be appreciated, Minaishai. Though perhaps, let me collect them this time.
What do you think you'll make with that? That should come in handy. do you think you'll make with that?
Outworlder! We need you!
Empty. Empty. So quiet. Where are we?
Outworlder, you come upon us exactly when needed. Perhaps the Great Eye still watches. Invaders swarm our fortress, the Cenotaph. Dreamcarvers devoted to Vermina come to wrest the gifts we have guarded for countless millennia. How long ago?
Dreamcarvers swarm our fortress. It is theirs now.
While our pact still exists, so do the remnants.
Stop clinging to a dead order. We must accept our fate.
This mortal can change our fate. Stay here, tend to the stricken. Dreamcarvers roam the halls of the Cenotaph, seeking a path into the Crux. Resetting the fortress defenses shall be our first task. You can enter through a cave system to the north. We will secure this camp, then meet you inside. The Dreamcarver invasion proves our clan has grown weak. If we cannot defend our home, how can we serve the Great Eye? Although our power sputters and dims, we still emit a small glow. The remnants are the sword and shield of the Eye who sees all. No greater honor exists in Oblivion. Our pact with Hermaeus Mora still holds, so we must defend it.
This is a great area for harvesting.
We entered unseen. Come, let us plan. These caves wind through the Cenotaph's lower levels. Many of our defensive measures originate here and extend through the fortress. The Dreamcarvers disabled our wards as they invaded. We must reset them. We will find them north of here. They will require both of our efforts to set. You must hold the trigger, while we funnel energy into it. Once set, the wards will drive most of the Dreamcarvers from the Cenotaph. We may run into Dreamcarvers as we search. Do not hesitate to dispatch them with prejudice. Remember, they will reform in Oblivion over time. You will not. Let us move north through the tunnels. We will alert you when we find a ward. This Dream Carver spell opens a void in our thoughts. It feels like an erasure. We can recharge this power node. Our fire trap should ignite now. Here, a node of power for the traps. Help us recharge it. This should surprise our invaders.
Nothing is quite so powerful as the temptation to look through someone else's bookshelves.
Nightmares among the toads. Mementos of our visit.
Power node. Let us charge it. That covers our exits. Let us talk about next steps.
The day will be ours!
With the traps powered, we should find navigating the cenotaph much easier. They should destroy most of the invaders with ease. However, they won't get them all. We need to determine how close they are to reaching the Remnant Pact. We head to the courtyard. If the Dream Carvers wish to breach the Crux, they must go there to do it. The passage to the east will take us to a balcony. We can assess their progress from there. Such a massive ritual! Destroy the focus!
Let's go! They made their choices. So be it.
Assets of the ritual may tell us something. Look for clues.
A sample of my vestige for each stone. This unlocks the way.
That is the
So
ritual.
alone. We can't hear them. Too quiet. Please, no. We cannot stand being alone. Dream cover magic squirms through our mind. It wants our secrets. It wants inside.
Remnants function as a whole. Why isolate us? Fragments of ritual medium. We can learn from that. That creature, Uzanath, she leads these invaders. We know her reputation, savage and impatient. No wonder she managed to take the cenotaph by force. To use her own vestige as fuel for the ritual presents a massive risk. The walls of the Crux cannot break. We connected the locks to the Remnant's mental web. Only we may enter unscathed. Uzanath's ritual siphons Remnant minds. She blends their psychic energy with her own essence. What it means, mortal, is she has crafted a key to the Crux. Once she blends enough Remnant minds with her own vestige, she will appear as one of us. The Crux will open. The Pact will be exposed. We search the grounds, find other ritual foci, and destroy them. Steel yourself. Dream carvers roam everywhere. We did not choose our fortress. It arrived when we needed it most. Once. Destroy the ritual! Sever the connect. Let us keep searching. Another ritual focus. Destroy it! Good. That should weaken the ritual.
My tutors like to tell me that words and stories are a form of magic. If you put them together properly, you can weave entire worlds.
You! Our pact with Lord Mora is sacred! Do not dare enter the crux!
Here you are, the rat scurrying around to cause trouble. Despite your efforts, I have what I need. Good try, though.
Quick, we need to plan. No! After everything, we were too slow! They have entered the crux and can access our pact with Lord Hermaeus Mora! The remnants may actually end. Perhaps. No one has entered for countless eons. The remnants have keys to the crux, but we have never needed them. Until now. We need the journal of the first remnant. It will tell us which relics we need to place around the circle. Find the relics! Hurry! Journal containing the wisdom of the first remnant. That key itself is a lock, which another key then opens. That spyglass peers through the void to find new realms. Well done. Now we go to the ritual dais. will guide you through the next steps. Place the relics where I tell you. Once complete, our power shall flow through them. Hurry. We use the gathered relics. Once placed, our power shall bind them together. They will connect to what remains of the Remnant's mental web. The resulting mesh will open the crux. We shall open a door like any other. You will have no problem entering. That said, once inside, we must close the door behind us. Otherwise, we risk a swarm of dream carvers joining us within. Pierce the void and place the relics while we channel to form a lock that holds tight the door. To bind us all through ancient wisdom. We opened the way. Enter the crux, Outworlder. The crux. Wait. Our connection. We have gone silent.
It's empty. You, Remnant! There's nothing here! Trickery? I shall take your mind.
I think I'm bleeding!
She is right. It is empty. Except for this. There is nothing here. The room? Follow. We must think. What does this mean, mortal? We need your guidance. As far back as we can recall, the Remnants believed we directly served Hermaeus Mora. Our connection to him drove us to defend his will. Perhaps that was a lie. The pact was nothing. A shattered plane with a rotting book. Further, where does our power come from? We cannot say. Now, we must decide. Do we tell the Remnants of our discovery? It would surely destroy us. Or do we use the victory to reinvigorate the clan? Show that Apocrypha still needs our defense? An excellent point. Our goals do not need to come from some external source. We can reinvest in our purpose on our own. Perhaps others will join out of a desire to gather knowledge, instead of to serve another. We feel more certain than ever about our task. Our clan will gather and discuss how to prioritize. The cenotaph of the Remnants will become the sword and shield of Hermaeus Mora once again. It's only through your efforts that we have a chance to rebuild. The Remnants will rise again and last for eternity. all thanks to you. This outcome was unexpected. Nonetheless, you earned this. We offer it in gratitude. What comes next feels mysterious. Perhaps the others will have an idea on how to proceed. Until then, you have our gratitude, Outworlder. May we fight alongside each other again in the future. We shall rebuild. Our order may have seemingly collapsed, but perhaps we can rebuild stronger. We will create a more solid foundation. We still believe in serving Hermaeus Mora. The task is still worthwhile. We feel rededicated.
They have emerged, and unharmed. What fate comes for our order, then?
See what we have done. The Cenotaph stands. Our order can rekindle its strength. This proves it.
Our gifts return, and we hear our thoughts once more. Perhaps the remnants can still serve.
That should come in handy.
I love cities. The rude people, the noise, the chaos. Is it strange that I find it comfortable?
They said.
I've got what you need.